So most people struggling with anxiety were never told how to deal with a panic attack, I being one of them. When I was struggling with anxiety, I never knew how to deal with a panic attack. Most of the time you find that because of panic attack, honestly, panic attack feels like death. It literally feels like you're leaving this world. So something like that, something that is making you so much uncomfortable, what's the first thing that you're going to think? You're going to think of how to get rid of it, how to suppress it to never occur again. Let's say you have had a panic attack. Afterwards, you're going to treat yourself as fragile because you don't want that kind of occurrence again, because it feels like, you're going to heaven, guys. It feels like you're going to heaven. So it is a very scary experience. And most of the time, when people struggling with anxiety, when they have a panic attack, they tend to do something to try and get rid of it. They tend to do something to try and suppress it. Even if it's, what are the things that you do when you have a panic attack? And have you ever had a panic attack before? I want you to comment down below if you have ever had a panic attack, and what are some of the things, because I know when the first time you had a panic attack, you did something to try and get rid of it. So what have you done? And have you ever had a panic attack? So some of you, when struggling with anxiety, may do maybe something destructive, like, snapping a band on your wrist, counting the number of trees, splashing cold water on your face. Like, those are the kind of things that you do to try and not have a panic attack again, or try and make it go away, or try and whenever you feel that it is coming, you try and do something for it not to come. So me, the first time that I had a panic attack, it was the mother of all panic attacks, guys. It was scary, and I had no one to call. I had no one around me, so like it's not like I could call someone for help, but it was a very scary experience. I remember just, I was walking, then I just stood like somewhere and went under a certain tree and just like was still, because at that time I had already had, like, when you have a panic attack, I didn't have a panic attack at that time. I'm the person who, I never had regular panic attacks. Some of you are struggling, 10 panic attacks per day, 8 panic attacks, 6 panic attacks. I never had the regular panic attacks, but when I had a panic attack, it was the mother of all panic attacks. Like, I don't think if any one of you has had that kind of panic attack that I used to have. So when a panic attack came my way, I had already read about anxiety. I had already known about anxiety, how to deal with panic attacks. So the first time I encountered a panic attack, I definitely knew this is a panic attack, because that feeling was what people used to describe. That feeling was scary. That feeling felt like death. So I just knew this is a panic attack, and this is how to deal with it. So if you're a person who is always trying to suppress a panic attack, always trying to distract a panic attack, always trying to make it stop, always trying to make it go away, that is not the way. More of it is just like, most of the time, is doing nothing about a panic attack. When you hear it coming, when it is there, panic attacks are like waves. You ride the wave, like, let it flow. Don't try to do anything about it, because trying to do something about it, you're keeping the anxious energy within. And where will the anxious energy go if you're keeping it within? It's not gonna go anywhere. It's gonna stay in your body. So are you someone who is always trying to do something to make a panic attack go away, to make it stop, to make it not come? That is not the way to it. The way to it is more of doing nothing, like literally just letting it come and letting the anxious energy. Panic attacks just want to be felt. So how will the anxious energy leave your body if you don't feel them? I'm asking you, how will the anxious energy leave your body if not through those panic attacks? That's a food for thought.